Last lecture we have learned the urea formation. Urea is formed in liver. Then continue with the functions of liver. Next point, purification of blood. X is a blood purifier. Blood purifier. Here, blood purifier means any type of the pathogenic particles are present in blood. You know that these pathogenic particles are destroyed by the Kupffer cells, and for that you get the meaning of the purification of blood. Okay, respiratory system wise purification of blood is O2-CO2 exchange. Kidney wise purification of blood, release of the urea. So purification of blood, there are so many types of the meanings. For example, respiratory system wise we say that purification of blood means carbon dioxide is released, oxygen is taken inside it. That is, deoxygenated blood become oxygenated. That is known as purification. Related to kidney wise, we think about that urea is present in the blood. It is filtered and added in the urine, and that blood is purified. But here purification of blood related to Kupffer cells. You remember that, right? So remove the phagocytes. Then synthesis of the plasma proteins. This is the most important point. Synthesis of plasma proteins, like we make the list of it. Gamma globulin. Gamma globulin is the same but known as Ig. Fine. One by one we will take it in detail. Prothrombin and fibrinogen. Factor 2, 7, 9 and 10. Are synthesized here. So here etc. we use that. Thirteen factors याद छे कोने? Anybody remember the 13 factors? Anybody? एक आखू टेबल बने. See, first is known as fibrinogen. Second, prothrombin. Third, thromboplastin. Fourth, calcium. 5, pro-aceleric. 6th is activated of 5th, known as aceleric. 7th is pro-converting. This is prothrombin. Second is prothrombin. This is pro-converting. Christmas factor and Stewart factor. Okay. So fibrinogen. See, one by one you count that. Fibrinogen, prothrombin, thromboplastin, calcium, pro-aceleric, aceleric, pro-converting, anti-hemophilic globulin, Christmas factor, Stewart factor, plasma thromboplastin, antecedent, Hagman factor, and fibrin stabilizing factor. This 13 factors table I have given to you, and along with these 13 factors, Other four factors are also responsible for blood clotting, and these are heparin. Apart from this, all the blood clotting factors, heparin, vitamin K, known as phycobilin, defibrillation, and hiruli, blood-sucking leech, also known as hirulinaria. And this blood-sucking leech is used for blood clotting defect or treatment. Fine. So these 17 factors are responsible for clotting of blood. But here in liver, gamma globulin is generated. Gamma globulin is also known as Ig. That is known as immunoglobulin, otherwise known as antibody. And as you know, that gamma, this is gamma, right? All the types of the antibodies are generated here, which gives the immunity power. Yeah. Next is synthesis of heparin. આ બધા ફંક્શન્સ ઓફ લીવર અહીંયા આપો. એમના લાર્જેસ્ટ નથી કહેવાય, બહુ જ ફંક્શન્સ છે આના. તમને એમ થાય કે લીવર ખાલી બાયલ જ્યુસ જ સિક્રેટ કરે છે, એવું નથી. There are lots of functions. શાંતિથી સ્પીડમાં લખી લો. Written? C. Synthesis of heparin. Heparin acts as an anticoagulant as well as coagulant. Both. Blood ने clot પણ કરે અને blood ને clot કરવા માટે prevent પણ કરે. Confused. Clear करें. In flowing blood in the artery, it acts as a anticoagulant. જ્યારે બ્લડ આર્ટરી માંથી ફ્લો થાય છે, ધ્યાનથી સાંભળીને સમજજો, મજા આવશે તો સમજ પડશે. બ્લડ જ્યારે આર્ટરી માંથી ફ્લો થતું હોય ત્યારે એ એન્ટીકોએગ્યુલન્ટ ફંક્શન કરે, એ બ્લડ ને ક્લોટ ના થવા દે. એટલે આપણી આર્ટરી માંથી જ્યારે બ્લડ પાસ થાય છે ત્યારે બ્લડ ને ક્લોટ નથી થવા દે. So it is natural anticoagulant generally. But when artery is ruptured, bleeding occurs. At that time it acts as a coagulant. Ready, cover? હવે બીજી વાત, હિમોડાયાલિસિસ યાદ કરો. Hemodialysis can be done in the case of uremia. કયા મિયા? Uremia. Uremia is a one type of the condition of the kidney in which high amount of urea present in our blood, so both the kidneys are going to be failed. We require donor's kidney, but the time duration in between the donor's kidney and we receive the donor's kidney, in between that duration, we require hemodialysis, because in our body continuously metabolic process is there. That's why continuously nitrogen containing waste product formation is continuous. Important discussion ચાલે છે આના કરતા. હા, શું So, when artery is ruptured, at that time it acts as a coagulant. Barabar? Some heparin is also formed by basophils and mast cells. So, this is related to the allergic reaction. During allergy, the mast cells secrete heparin, histamine and serotonin. Heparin acts as an anticoagulant as well as coagulant, but along with that, it produces the allergic reactions also. And in 8th chapter we will learn allergy means hypersensitivity to the particular substance. Allergy is a disease, and due to allergy, death also occurs. Sometimes if you have heard that if honeybee is biting that, due to that person is entering the coma stage and hospitalization is required, and might be due to the poisonous substance secreted by after the honeybee biting. The more amount of the poisonous substance are secreted in the blood, and might be person will die also instant or afterwards. So during allergic reaction, basophils and mast cells are stimulated. So basophils are responsible for allergic reactions. બરાબર. So in normal person, તમે જો કે એનસીઆરટી લેક્ચરમાં મેં તમને કીધું હોય નથી કીધું યાદ નથી, તમે કોઈ પણ બ્લડ રિપોર્ટ જોજો, એને હિમેટોગ્રામ કહેવાય. તમને જો ખ્યાલ હોય, કોઈ પણ બ્લડ રિપોર્ટ તમે ઓબ્ઝર્વ કરજો, હિમેટોગ્રામ, એમાં ફર્સ્ટ હિમોગ્લોબિન અમાઉન્ટ આવશે, પછી આરબીસી આવશે, પણ એમાં પાછું ટોટલ આરબીસી આવશે, પછી ટીએલસી આવશે, ટોટલ લ્યુકોસાઇટ કાઉન્ટ, એટલે ટોટલ ડબ્લ્યુબીસી કાઉન્ટ આવશે, પછી ડિફરન્શિએટેડ ડબ્લ્યુબીસી કાઉન્ટ ઇન ધેટ પોલીમોર્સ, બેઝોફિલ, ઇઓસિનોફિલ, ન્યુટ્રોફિલ, મોનોસાઇટ્સ એ બધા. અને એમાં પેશન્ટના બ્લડમાં કેટલા સેલ્સ આઈડેન્ટિફાઈ થયા છે એનું પ્રપોર્શન આવે, સાઈડમાં એની નોર્મલ વેલ્યુ બતાવી. તો તમે કોઈ પણ પર્સનનો હિમેટોગ્રામ બ્લડ રિપોર્ટ તમે ચેક કરજો, બરાબર, તો એ પર્સનના બ્લડ રિપોર્ટમાં બેઝોફિલ્સ 0 લખ્યા હશે. કોઈ પણ તમે રિપોર્ટ તમારા ઘરે કોઈ પણ પર્સનનો હિમેટોગ્રામ હોય ને તો એ ઓબ્ઝર્વ કરજો. પછી એમસીવી આવે, મીન સેલ વોલ્યુમ, બરાબર, પછી નોર્મોસાઇટિક નોર્મોક્રોમિક એનિમિયા, અને એની સાથે ઓલવેઝ પ્લાઝ્મોડિયમ પેરાસાઇટનું એક્ઝામિનેશન થાય જ છે. એની સાથે જ થઈ જતું હોય છે, પણ રેપિડ ટેસ્ટ, એટલે જસ્ટ પર્સનને કોઈ ફીવર હોય કે ઇન્ફેક્શન હોય, અને કોઈ બી ટાઈપના ઇન્ફેક્શનની અંદર ઓલવેઝ ન્યુટ્રોફિલ્સને, હવે એ લોકો ન્યુટ્રોફિલ્સ બ્લડ રિપોર્ટમાં યુઝ નથી કરતા, પોલીમોર્ફ્સ યુઝ કરે છે. પોલીમોર્ફ્સ, બેઝોફિલ, ઇઓસિનોફિલ, ન્યુટ્રોફિલ એન્ડ મોનોસાઇટ એવા વર્ડ યુઝ કરે છે. મોનોસાઇટ એન્ડ લિમ્ફોસાઇટ, સોરી. પોલીમોર્ફ મીન્સ મલ્ટીપલ ન્યુક્લિયસ સાથે, મલ્ટીપલ ન્યુક્લિયસ એટલે પોલીમોર્ફ્સ કહેવાય. અને હાઈએસ્ટ નંબરમાં છે આપણા WBC 40 to 70%. હા, અને વેરી લેસ અમાઉન્ટ બેઝોફિલ સાથે. મેં તમને WBCs બી કીધા છે. WBCs ને યાદ રાખવા માટે ગ્રેન્યુલોસાઇટ્સ અને એ ગ્રેન્યુલોસાઇટ્સ. તો ગ્રેન્યુલોસાઇટ્સમાં બે, બેઝોફિલ, ઇઓસિનોફિલ એન્ડ ન્યુટ્રોફિલ, એન્ડ એ ગ્રેન્યુલોસાઇટમાં LN, lymphocytes and monocytes, LM or ML, then ML એવી રીતે યાદ રાખી શકાય. પછી ascending order કે descending order માં તમે યાદ રાખો તો highest neutrophils છે, lowest basophils છે, તો એના માટે તમે યાદ રાખી શકો BAM LN. અમે તમને કીધેલું છે basophils are very less, eosinophils, monocyte, lymphocytes and neutrophils આમ કહેવાય. highest neutrophil, lowest basophils. So these are arranged in the ascending order, very less to the more number of cells. Barabar. So this is related to the allergic reaction. Some heparin is also formed by basophils and mast cells. Fine. So basophils secrete the IgE antibody, allergic reaction, and cause the allergic symptoms inside our body. During allergy, sometimes running nose, breathlessness, and confusion. Fine. This type of the symptoms are watering of eyes, આંખમાંથી પાણી નીકળે, નાકમાં પડે, sneezing થાય, coughing થાય, suddenly, when you move from the one place to another place, actually when you move from the one place to another place, always atmosphere is changed. At that time, sometimes actually the initially allergy is one type of the adaptation process. Suppose તમે sea level તમે જોજો એક જીપીએસસી એક્ઝામ એની અંદર બહુ ખાસ પૂછાય છે. તમે કોઈ રેલવે સ્ટેશન ઉપર જાઓ, એ રેલવે સ્ટેશનનું જે બોર્ડ લગાવ્યું હોય ને સિટીનું નેમ, એની નીચે this many meter just above the sea level એવું લખ્યું હોય. એ લગભગ ક્યારે આપણે ઓબ્ઝર્વ નથી કરતા. કોઈ પણ સિટીનું જે સ્ટેશન રેલવે સ્ટેશન ઉપર એનું નામ હોય ને એની નીચે એવું લખ્યું હોય this many meter from just above the sea level. When you move from the ground area to the hilly area, as you know that altitude sickness, high altitude sickness. So in high altitude sickness, barabar, RBCs are more. RBCs are more. Heart rate is more. Respiratory rate is more. Just for a certain period of time only. And afterwards, when you adapt the high altitude atmosphere, then all these values become normal. But compared to the ground level human beings, high altitude in that, the human beings are lived at that place. Normally, they consist more of number of RBCs than these people. આપણા કરતા હિલી એરિયાઝ ની અંદર જે લોકો રહેતા હોય એના નોર્મલી આરબીસીસ વધારે હોય. અને બોલું કયું એક મૂવી હતું હાઈ આલ્ટિટ્યુડ સિકનેસ માં, હા બોલું પલ પલ દિલ કે પાસ. માઉન્ટેન ક્લાઇમ્બિંગ જ્યારે કરે છે ને એ ટાઈમે એને જે હિરોઈન છે એને એવું લાગે તો માઉન્ટેન ક્લાઇમ્બિંગ ઇઝીલી કરી લઈશ. પછી આવી રીતે ટ્રેકિંગ્સ ને એવું કરાવતા હોય ને એ લોકોને ખ્યાલ હોય કે તમે જસ્ટ અબોવ ધીસ મચ લેવલ તમે હાઈ જશો એટલે થીન એર ત્યાં આવી જાય છે. ઉપર થીન એર હોય, પાતળી હવા હોય, and the air atmospheric pressure is low. At that time we feel breathlessness just for a certain period of time. A normal phenomenon. We adapt to that environment, and that is known as high altitude sickness. Barabar? So at that time we adjust the atmosphere and maintain in our body in a homeostatic stage. I hope you know that homeostasis word. We maintain the equal condition, the static condition of our body at any plane, at any region. That is known as homeostasis. Here, synthesis of vitamin A, this is most important. Vitamin A obtained from the beta carotene. Beta carotene, fine, and that's why vitamin A, the richest source is carrot. From carrot, this carotene word is there. And vitamin A, another names are retinol, retinoic acid, fine. And this vitamin A, due to deficiency of that xerophthalmia occurs. Xerophthalmia, it is also known as night blindness. આપણે genetics માં discussion કરી દીધી છે, fine. So vitamin A is synthesized here and storage of vitamin A. So both these functions you remember, synthesis and storage of vitamin A. But D, E, K and B12 are only stored there, not formation there. But remember that vitamin A, D, E and K, these both are fat soluble vitamins. Okay, so significance of fat, if you remember that vitamin A, D, E and K, just for another purpose, this another point not related to the functions of liver, these are fat soluble vitamins. vitamin B and C are water soluble vitamins. Actually, we can't use that word vitamin B. Actually, vitamin B complex. So many types of the vitamins are there. That we will learn this in this chapter. Vitamin B1, B2, B5, B7, B10, B12, B17. So many types of the vitamins are there. Can you know the name of the vitamin? Vitamin D, cholecalciferol. Have you ever heard? Urcocalciferol. Vitamin D is only one of the vitamins which is synthesized by our skin. When the sunlight is coming in contact with the skin, this only one of the vitamins which is originated by our body itself, and other vitamins for that we have to depend on the food. Vitamin A, xerophthalmia, night blindness, like that. Vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D is very helpful for growth and development of the bone and teeth. Cholecalciferol. Urcocalciferol. So here calcium is a structural component there. And due to the vitamin D deficiency, osteomalacia, bone deformity, osteoporosis, the porous bones, spongy bones, fragile bones, these are occurred due to the deficiency of the vitamin D. Vitamin E, tocopherol. And vitamin E is very essential for fertility. So in anti-fertility condition, anti-fertility or sterility, in this condition, vitamin E is supplementary treatment to remove the anti-fertility. For example, for infertility, that we will learn in the 4th chapter. In India, so many couples are suffer from infertility. It's a one type of the disorder. Problem is there in any partner, not only in the female, but not only in the male. Might be that we will learn in detail in the reproduction system chapter. In male, if testis is unable to produce the sperm, vasa deferentia is blocked, epididymis is not functional, might be other accessory reproductive glands are not functional. Fine. Problem is there in female also. Ovary is there but unable to produce the ovum. Fallopian tube is blocked. Uterus is underdeveloped or maldeveloped, not proper developed. So for fertilization, each and every suitable atmosphere cannot be provided at one place. Fertilization cannot occur. So problem is there in any partner. And to identify which type of the problem is there for infertility, infertility clinics are now activated. Infertility clinics identify that why infertility occurs and correct them. If fallopian tube is blocked, then generally fallopian tube function is there. Then fertilization is always occur in the fallopian tube, in the oviduct. For example, fallopian duct is blocked. Fine. So the fertilization site is blocked. So there is no chance of the fertilization. Fine. So artificially fertilization occurs outside of the body. So we say that it is IVF, in vitro fertilization, known as test tube baby. So some of the procedure can be performed artificially, remaining process become natural. For example, mother, I mean to say female has underdeveloped uterus or maldeveloped uterus or any type of the genetical disorder. आज आपने genetics में ही study करवाना है. Chromosomal aberrations or chromosomal disorders. Due to changing in the number of the chromosomes, આજે જે 3 disease તમને study કરાવવાનો છે એ બધામાં sterility છે. Turner syndrome, आज આપણે study કરશું, it is there in female only. Instead of 2 X chromosome, only 1 X chromosome is there. So underdeveloped uterus. So if fallopian tube is normal, fertilization occurs normal menstrual cycle is there. Ovary produce the ovum normal, but underdeveloped uterus there. So we use the surrogacy method. There is another way, that surrogacy method. Have you ever heard this surrogacy method? For embryo development, the uterus can be kept on the ram. And uterus transplant was success. Uterus transplant is also successful nowadays. Fine? Okay, so vitamin A, D, E, K and B12. So, B12 is known as cyanocobalamin. Vitamin B12, that is known as cyanocobalamin. And another vitamin B9. Vitamin B12, that is known as cyanocobalamin plus vitamin B9. You heard this, folic acid.
Yes.
These both are working together and control erythropoiesis, formation of RBCs. Okay, new RBCs are generated with the help of these two vitamins. So vitamin B12 injection લેવાથી HB નથી બનતું. Just if you have less amount of hemoglobin. So by taking the vitamin B12 injection, there is no chance of the formation of hemoglobin. You have to take the folic acid also. And if you have remembered that kidney release the one hormone, erythropoietin, 22nd chapter, 11th standard. Our heart from right auricle, ANF is secreted, and natriuretic factor. And from kidney, erythropoietin, that hormone is secreted, which cause erythropoiesis. That is formation of the RBCs. And if you have remembered, erythropoiesis is also controlled by thyroxine hormone also. If you remember that thyroxine functions, formation of RBCs, control the heartbeat, fine, and regulate the BMR, basal metabolic rate. If you have remembered that type of the points, fine. So vitamin A, D, E, K and B12 are stored here. Now detoxification, you know that any type of the pathogenic organisms are there in our blood and it secretes the poisonous chemicals. Fine. So the poisonous nature of that chemical can be diminished or neutralized by the liver, that is known as detoxification. And the last one, the most important, NEET માં બહુ જ પૂછાય. Initially In embryo, initially in embryo, spleen is not there. Generally, you know that the spleen is blood bank of our body. It forms the RBCs. अच्छा, शॉर्टकट पहला कह दो એટલે તમે વિચારી શકો. During embryonic life, liver acts as a spleen. During embryonic life, liver acts as a spleen. RBCs are generated here in liver in embryonic stage. Generally, liver performs the erythropoiesis. Vitamin B12 is stored, and if folic acid is there in the blood, then with the help of the vitamin B12 and folic acid, both are combined together, and normal erythropoiesis occurs. Some amount of the RBCs are also formed in the liver. Majority of RBCs are formed from the spleen, and some of the RBCs are formed from the bone marrows also. And these all are lymphoid organs. But during embryonic stage, remember, and this is the most important thing, which organ of the body in embryo acts as a spleen? Embryo માં spleen જ નથી. તો liver એ spleen જેવું function કરે છે. Acts as a blood bank. હા, slowly liver is generated. Then RBCs are formed, and with the help of that blood, spleen is generated. Fine. Then liver hand over the erythropoiesis function majority to the spleen, and normal function is carried out. Clear? Fine. Now make a heading: bile juice. Bile juice. It is not a true digestive juice or false digestive juice, whatever you try. Why?
Because it does not contain enzymes.
It does not contain any type of the digestive enzymes. Fine. It only helps in digestion of lipid. It only helps in the digestion of lipid. By what? Emulsification and saponification. Fine. By emulsification and saponification. Sorry? It only helps in digestion of lipid. No, any type of the digestive enzymes are present in the bile juice. That's why it is false digestive juice, or not a true digestive juice. As well as liver, you say that it is the largest gland of the body, but it is also not a true digestive gland. Every true digestive gland, nothing. Liver. Fine. I think Adam ने frog में गिरे pH of bile juice 7.4 to 7.6. Highest amount of bicarbonates present in the bile juice. Then Lecithin is also there. Which are the components of the bile juice? Bile salts, bile pigments. एक question. Bile salts, bile pigments. Bile pigments are bilirubin and biliverdin. And have you remembered that the wording of bilirubin and biliverdin? Lifespan of RBC 120 days. RBCs are formed in the spleen but ruptured in liver. After rupture in liver, the RBCs release the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin release the heme and globulin. Heme goes back to the spleen for formation of the new RBCs. Globulin remains as it is in the liver. Globulin forms the first bilirubin and then forms the biliverdin. And biliverdin is responsible for yellowish color of stool. Fine? And that's why bile pigments are excretory substances of the liver. Bile pigments are excretory substances of liver. Okay, fine. Here we can stop now.